Hello, my sweet ones. Come closer and let me tell you something that I wish someone had told me long ago. Don't be afraid. Life, with all its uncertainties and twists, can feel overwhelming at times. But I promise you, the fear you feel now doesn't have to be your forever. I know what it's like to feel uncertain, to stand at a crossroads and not know which way to turn. I've faced moments where I was so unsure of what would come next that the fear almost stopped me in my tracks. But let me share a little story about one of those times in my life, and maybe, just maybe, it will help you see that even in the most uncertain moments, there is strength to be found. The season of fear. When I was a young woman, my husband and I had 3 little ones running around the house. Life was good in many ways, but we were struggling. Money was tight, bills seemed endless, and my husband's job was uncertain. I remember the day he came home, his face heavy with worry. He had been laid off. We had no savings to fall back on, and I could feel fear creeping into every corner of my heart. How would we keep the lights on? How would we feed the children? At night, when the house was quiet, I would sit by the window and look at the stars, tears streaming down my face. I would whisper into the night, "What are we going to do?" But one night, as I sat there, something shifted. The stars looked so steady, so sure, as if they had been placed there just for me to see. And in that moment, I realized something. The same God who placed those stars in the sky was also holding my little family in his hands. I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know how things would work out, but I made a decision that night. I would not let fear steal my strength. Finding strength in uncertainty. From that point on, I began to approach each day with a little more faith. I would wake up and tell myself, "Today I will do what I can, and I will trust for the rest." It wasn't easy, and there were still moments of doubt, but I discovered something powerful. When you let go of fear, you make room for hope. Don't let fear define you. My sweet ones, I see you. I see the way you carry your worries, your doubts, and your fears like heavy stones in a backpack. I see the way you try to hold it all together, even when you feel like you're falling apart inside. But let me tell you something, you are stronger than you know. Fear has a way of making us feel small, like we're not enough to handle what's ahead. But you are not small, and you are not alone. You have more courage inside you than you realize. It's okay to feel uncertain, but don't let fear define your story. You're not alone. One of the hardest parts of uncertainty is feeling like you're facing it all by yourself. But let me remind you, you are never alone. There are people who care about you, who want to see you succeed, and who will stand by you no matter what. When I was going through that tough season with my family, I leaned on my neighbors and friends. I let them see my struggles, and they stepped in to help in ways I could never have imagined. Whether it was a kind word, a hot meal, or just someone to sit and listen, their support made all the difference. So don't be afraid to reach out, my dear. Let someone share the weight with you. You don't have to carry it all by yourself. Small steps lead to big changes. Here's something I've learned. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You don't need a perfect plan or a clear path. All you need is the courage to take one small step. When my husband lost his job, we started with what we could do. I picked up sewing projects for neighbors. He took on odd jobs while looking for steady work. Each small step added up, and over time we found our footing again. Your small steps might look different. Maybe it's sending out one more job application, starting a conversation with someone who can help, or simply getting out of bed and facing the day. Whatever it is, trust that each step is bringing you closer to where you need to be. The gift of perspective. Sometimes when we're in the middle of a struggle, it's hard to see anything beyond it. But I want to remind you that this moment is just one chapter in your story. It's not the whole book. Looking back, I can see how that difficult season in my life shaped me into the person I am today. It taught me resilience, gratitude, and the importance of leaning on others. At the time, I couldn't see the lessons, but they were there, waiting to reveal themselves. And the same is true for you. Whatever you're facing right now is not the end. It's a part of your journey, and it's shaping you into someone even stronger, even wiser, even more compassionate. Fear is temporary, but love is forever. One of the greatest truths I've learned is this: fear is temporary, but love is forever. When you feel lost or uncertain, focus on love. The love you have for yourself, the love you have for others, and the love others have for you. Love is what carried me through those dark nights by the window. Love for my family, love for the life we were building, and love from the friends who supported us. Fear may feel big, but love is always bigger. A grandma's gentle reminders. As we sit here together, let me leave you with a few gentle reminders. You are enough. Just as you are right now, you are enough. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You are loved. Even on the days when you feel unlovable, remember that you are cherished beyond measure. You are stronger than you know. The strength that carried you through past challenges is still within you, waiting to rise up. Time for rest. Before you drift off to sleep tonight, take a moment to let go of the worries that weigh on your heart. Picture yourself standing by a calm river. Imagine taking each fear, each doubt, and placing it in the water. Watch as the current carries it away, leaving you lighter, freer, and more at peace. And as you close your eyes, know that tomorrow is a new day, filled with new possibilities and new hope. A grandma's blessing. So here's my blessing for you tonight, my dear ones. May you find courage in the face of uncertainty. May you feel the warmth of love surrounding you, like a comforting embrace. May your heart be filled with the quiet assurance that you are never alone. And may you wake tomorrow with a renewed sense of hope, ready to take on whatever comes your way. Good night, my sweet ones. Sleep well. And remember, don't be afraid. You are braver than you think, and the world is brighter because you are in it. Crescent Moon. Thank you, my dears, for spending this time with me. Remember, life's journey is better when we walk it together. If these stories and reflections warmed your heart, be sure to subscribe and join me for more wisdom, comfort, and a little sprinkle of joy. Together, let's keep growing one story at a time. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, and remember, you're never alone. Grandma loves you.